I'm going to answer this question that somebody asked me. They said, Axel, why are you so hard on Donald Trump? Why am I so just brutal with him? I'm going to answer this question. In 2016, I voted for the man because I thought, all right, let's give this a shot. We've had the rest. Now let's try the best. Seriously. That's honest to God what I thought. Right along with millions and millions of other Americans who hadn't voted in years. I was one of them. I didn't care. The last guy I actually thought had anything to say that I thought was really intelligent was Ron Paul before that. Everybody else after that, I couldn't care less. Then the Donald Trump thing happens in 2016. And let's be fair. I'm like, all right, maybe this is the guy. Maybe we do stop sending all our money overseas. Maybe we do actually make America a great country. Maybe we do actually focus on a lot of domestic problems. It's not like we don't have a lot of things on our plate domestically to deal with. We have a lot of problems here. Maybe we do focus on those a bit more, as opposed to being the policeman of the world, as opposed to sending our money everywhere, as opposed to dealing with all these other problems for every other country except ours. All right, fine. Let's give it a shot. And frankly, I was disappointed. What the hell? Where are these mass deportations that were supposed to happen? They didn't. There was DACA never got ended. All these things okay, and the counter argument, of course, is but these are people here too, and so yes, I understand that, but the American people, particularly younger Americans, have been lied to for a long time. As a Gen Xer, I saw this coming up. There was no way to make any of this sustainable as far as the college degree thing. Everybody gets a degree, that means they're all worthless. If everybody gets a degree, they're all worthless. Right? Because that's just how it works. If you flood any market with anything, they become worthless right after that because you just flooded the market with everything. And I have used analogy after analogy after analogy on this channel to explain this stuff. Go back and find any one of the hundreds of videos of me explaining this repeatedly. It's a theme, okay? Many of us saw this being a problem, and we have a lot of domestic issues to deal with. And one of which is, all right, let's let the markets correct. And I genuinely thought in 2016, after voting for him, that this is gonna be okay, a businessman, finally. Maybe we can let all these markets correct. That includes the stock market, not just pump the stock market up and keep it going. What? No, hold on. Why are you doing that? Why are you bailing out all these giant banks? They're actually the problem because there is no way to pay any of this back. There is no mathematical way to pay back any of this debt at all. Instead, what did we get? We got even more spending, catastrophic, insane amounts of spending, particularly near the end with the COVID thing. So, yeah, that was the problem. Second time around, 2020, I voted for him for a completely different set of reasons. And it was because I'm you know what? I'm going to vote for him, not because I really particularly care. I think we're going to get more of the same. But maybe the people on the left, the so-called left, will burn the country down finally. Maybe that will change things. Maybe they actually will finally burn the goddamn country down. And we can get this candle lit. And maybe we can start comparing notes because you know how this works, right? I don't clan. And I know all the clans out there all hate each other. I know that. But generally after a big fight, right? Especially when it's a fight with brothers, they finally tire themselves out. And they sit down and they have a conversation. And they start comparing notes. And they may still disagree with each other, but at least they figure out a common ground on how to at least coexist somewhat, right? Because they have to live in the same house, right? If you're familiar, anybody who has little siblings, you know how this kind of works. It's, they kind of have to figure it out because they got to live there anyway, right? Well, same thing. So I was hoping all right, I'm going to vote for him again. And let's see if we burn the country down for real here. So that way we can finally have this out. Then we can have this conversation about where is the real problem? Because the real problem isn't in the politics. Oh, don't get me wrong, politics are certainly to blame for a lot of this. But the real problem is the distortion with the money, as Ron Paul had talked about in 2008 and 2012, respectively. At length, actually. And tons and tons and tons of people ignored him, particularly boomers ignored him. Particularly boomers. Because he was saying things that would lead to, well, my 401k will dip in value. Yes, because it was a fake amount of growth to begin with. It was just bailout after bailout after bailout. Of course, now all the boomers, I just saw a news report, all the boomers now are running out of money. Now they want their kids to take care of them because we have money for that, right? Because Gen X, millennials, and Zoomers, they've got money to take care of you now after all their money has gone to insanely inflated rents. Ridiculous. I mean, like, everything is ridiculous. I hear these people paying $20,000 a year for health insurance. Are you kidding me? I mean, like, all these numbers are crazy. And, oh, now we're going to move parents in and take care of them because we have the money for that, apparently. Yeah. So, yeah. Those are the two completely different reasons why I did it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. This is ridiculous. This is completely insane. So why am I hard on him? I'm so hard on him with this kind of stuff because, like, okay, you made it in for a second term. What are you going to do that's going to be palpably different? And I do mean legitimately different, because it will be really goddamn impressive to see if there's something that actually gets done for real domestically. I'd like to see every single bloody penny cut off of all foreign aid, not just America's favorite ethno-state. No. All foreign aid. That includes military support. That includes all of it. Why the hell are we paying for all that? Once again, I go back to this. Why is it exactly that Gen X, millennials, and Zoomers have to eat all of this for a bunch of crap that, and on top of that, take care of their boomer parents now because they're broke, so that a handful of giant mega corporations and bankers don't have to take a write down? In a free market economy, those companies are all supposed to be going broke. In fact, most of these mega companies are zombie companies that should have gone bankrupt years ago. I've said this for a long time. So, are we going to see an actual market correction? Or are we going to just play this little game of like, oh, well, let's do more expansion? Well, so we hear this whole art of the deal nonsense. We're going to annex Canada and Greenland. What exactly is that going to do? Who's going to mine Greenland? The robots? You mean the same robots that everybody thinks are going to save the world, even though you can't get garage door openers to work reliably anymore. You can't get basic stuff to work reliably. But the robots, those are going to be made out of tungsten and titanium, and they're going to be precision, right? And they're going to work every single time. Come on. Dude, I work on this shit. I work on automation all day, physical automation, the actual stuff, not the crap on the computers. That I'm the guy who has to go and fix the actual stuff that broke, that is automated. Dude, they can't even get basic stuff to work on a consistent basis. And somehow we're going to do this? No. So, no, I'm hard on this because I would like to hear some actual truth. And I think that the American people right now are ready for it. I think that, unfortunately, in the case, if I were Trump's advisor, I'm not, but if I were, I would tell him I think this is the time to actually tell people, to level with them. Not do the booster thing, not do the Trump thing, the rah-rah America, and like not do that. No. That worked in 2016. Just like Sargon, Carl Benjamin said on something. He was talking about Elon Musk changing his avatar and his, it's like, that would have been cute and funny in 2017. That's not cute and funny anymore. And I happen to agree with him on that. I may disagree with Carl on a bunch of things, but I happen to agree with him on that. But yeah, that would have been cute and funny back then. That's not funny now. People are actually legitimately suffering now. You have people in North Carolina that are living in tents, right? But we've got billions of dollars to send to Israel and Ukraine and everywhere else in the world, apparently. And we can send military aid to everywhere else on the planet. Come on. So no, I think that the time for all of that rah-rah booster stuff, I think we're at the end of that. I think now my criticism is, okay, look, you need to actually start leveling with the American people if you want to be serious with them. If you want to be taken seriously by someone like me, you need to start leveling with everybody and start telling them the goddamn truth. That, look, all of this money has been spent on craziness, and we have to fix that. And we're not going to fix that with just importing a bunch of people. We're not going to, like, dude. But I don't think that's the case. And I really think it's because he's trying to prop up all of these banks and all of these systems that can no longer be propped up anymore. That's my actual opinion. And that's why I'm so hard on him.